We got our first victory of the season over former quarterback Don Baumhauer last week. This week, we have the easiest game on our schedule, and we expect to walk in here and dominate the New Mexico Lobos. Let's get this one underway as we're going to begin on defense. They're going to take this one from the 5, and they don't get a good return there as Devin Dampierre comes out, the senior starting quarterback for the Lobos. He's probably their best player on offense as he's going to pull it and tuck and run on first down and get tricked up there. That's James Hogue making the tackle. On second down, he's going to throw a slant, and he's going to complete that to Vargas, who's going to take it all the way out to the 50. That's a 20-yard gain to begin their day. Through the air as they go to the ground game, and that's halfback Brian Snodgrass getting the carry. That's a short one that only ends up going for 5 as they're going to lose their starting guard on this play. So on second down, they're going to fire a pass across the middle, and that's completed to their tight end. That's going to be a first down for the Lobos as we see Austin Ackle break through and get pressure and take down Dampierre. That's a big sack for us. We got 3rd and 23, and that's going to take the Lobos out of field goal range as they need to pick up probably 10 yards to get back in field goal position. As Dampierre's on the move, we send pressure at him, and he throws it away. We're lucky he didn't tuck and run. Liggins took a wrong angle there, but now we get to see our offense, and we miss a wide open pass to begin the day. Noah Lugo's got to be better than that. On second down, open receiver on the sideline, and he let him out of bounds. So that's going to lead to a quick third down play, and we're going to throw a pick. That's back-to-back games. We're going to throw an interception on the first drive of the game, and this one goes back to the house. We're in a 7-0 hole against a team that should be our easiest victory on the season. We got to see Noah Lugo play better. We probably need to lead into the ground game a bit more because we obviously can't trust him to pass. He's had a pretty good touchdown to interception ratio this year, as that's currently sitting at 3-1 as he's had 6 touchdowns and 2 picks, but his accuracy has been awful as Iverson's going to spin and hit the gas and get a big first down there. That's a nice run for the Warhawks. We need to see more of that if we're going to be as good as we think we can be this year, as Lugo barely gets that pass up, and we're already backed up to a third down and 11. Lugo has a clean pocket, and he nearly threw another pick. He's got to be smarter with the ball. Unfortunately, we're still trailing here as the ball goes back to the Lobos. That's a deep shot, and Gregory Jim's gonna pick it off. That's a huge play as he returns it to the 50-yard line. Now our offense just needs to get themselves together and get into the end zone on this drive. At the very least, we need 3. Lugo's already cold, though, as he hands it off, and Lester Iverson finds space and works his way down to the 39-yard line. Great start to the drive here as they go right back to him, and this time he trucks a guy and pushes ahead for 9. What a run by Lester Iverson. We decide let's give it to Joe Basley on a sweep, and that one didn't work. We end up dropping a yard there. So on second down, it's right back to what's been working, and that's Lester Iverson from under center. Another big first down there. That's what we're looking for as we go to the read option game, and Noah Lugo pulls it. Noah Lugo can't quite get in. He's taken down at the 5. I thought he had a shot on that play. We need to utilize that part of his game a whole lot more. As we're going to go to the ground first and goal, and in goes Iverson. Touchdown, Warhawks. We answer that turnover with a score. That's a big drive for us. That's exactly what we needed. We're back in the driver's seat in this game, I think. We're the better team, like I said, so this should not be a close game. I expect a dominating effort out of our team today as they go on the ground, pick up 4. Snodgrass hasn't been very effective so far for the Lobos as Dampierre's going to fire, and he has a completion on the sideline. First down, Lobos. Back to the ground game, and Snodgrass is bottled up, but he picked up 4. He's been pretty solid. If he gets 4 every carry, that's a first down if they hand it to him 3 times as they pull it here with Dampierre. Dampierre cuts to the inside, and he's all the way out the midfield. Big drive here for the Lobos. They're answering that turnover pretty well so far as they're only going to pick up 2 here. Second down, Dampierre from the gun, feeling a little pressure, firing down the field. That's tipped up and intercepted by Cole Hicks. What a play by our safety. He's down to the 30, the 20, the 10, and he is gone. Touchdown, Warhawks. That's a 63-yard pick 6, and that gives us a 14-7 lead and ends the first quarter with us dominating the New Mexico Lobos. When you look at the stats, we don't have anything through the air yet, but 71 yards on the ground is quite good as we're going to see Snodgrass take that for about 15 yards to begin the second quarter as they go right back to him, and we bottle him up this time as Gregory Jim's going to fly in from the slot to make that tackle as they go out wide. That's a spin, and he's going to get about 10 extra yards out of that. What a play by the Lobos receiver there as Dampierre is going to look to pass. He decides, now let's tuck and run. It was too late. The decision was already made. Austin Ackle and Jamison Iosu are there to combine to get him down, backing him up to a 3rd and 16, and they go to the screen game. Snodgrass can't convert, but at the 37-yard line, This is going to be a long 54-yard field goal that's up, and it goes wide right. It's no good. The Lobos end up coming out of that drive with no points. The sack really cost them there. So let's see if our offense can keep this going on the ground as we're going to hand it to Iverson and pick up 7. Second down, play action, looking to take a shot. We don't have anybody open, and that's thrown into quadruple coverage and drops to the ground incomplete. That was such a risky throw as we go back to the ground game, and that's going to be a nice run on third down by Lester Iverson, converting it and keeping this drive going. Luckily, he's been good because our passing attack's been awful. He's going to pick up 10 yards there. On 10 carries, he's averaging 7.9 yards per carry, which is fantastic as Folk has to check in to give him a breather, and he picks up a solid gain there. He's not the fastest guy, but he's been working pretty well in his relief spot as Iverson breaks the tackle and takes that for 6. Reality is that should have been about a 2-yard rush. Great play by Lester Iverson as Lugo's going to take a shot down the field, and that should have been picked. He severely underthrew the receiver there. I believe that was Caleb Gross in the end zone. I don't know what's going on with him. His accuracy's been very spotty this season, and I need to see it improve as he's going to take another shot down the field, and this time it cost us. He threw a pick in the end zone. You can't do that. Noah Lugo hasn't been playing well today. He's yet to hit a pass, and we're over halfway through the second quarter. That's just simply unacceptable, and I need him to improve. Otherwise, we're going to have to go to Reese Mooney. Honestly, the only reason Mooney isn't starting is because he's just not as athletic as Noah Lugo, and at the end of the day, we're not getting enough out of his athleticism for that to make up for him missing passes constantly. But it's third down and 15. We might get lucky and not allow any points. Travis Blades gets burned over the top, and that's going to be a huge gain all the way down to the 28-yard line for the Lobos. They're in position now to possibly tie this one up as they're going to motion Snodgrass out. Just check it down underneath. That's a solid gain. He fights ahead for 9 yards. Carrera couldn't get him down quick enough there. Dampier fires again, and this time it's held on to. That's a tough catch. Carrera actually lit him up quite a bit. As they go to Snodgrass on the ground, Brian Snodgrass lowers his shoulder and goes in for 6. Touchdown, Lobos. This game just got tied up, and honestly, it should not be. Not this late in the second quarter. I'm pretty embarrassed with our performance. This should be a dominating one. I expected to play backups, and I'm pretty unimpressed with how our offense has performed under Noah Lugo today. He's yet to hit a pass, and we're down to 2.5 minutes left in the half. Like, that's pretty embarrassing, and we just end up going 3 and out here, which gives the Lobos another shot to answer, and they have plenty of time with just over 2 minutes left. Best case scenario, we don't give up any points here. Worst case scenario, they get a touchdown, and we're down 7 heading into halftime over a team that just isn't very good. But thankfully, Dampier is going to miss that pass, and we're going to have another shot. Taking a look at Noah Lugo, though, he's 0 for 11 with 2 interceptions today. That's just not good enough. And in a 2-minute drill, we need to put Reese Mooney out there because we have to pass the ball, and he can't hit anybody. So unfortunately, on the first play of Reese Mooney's day, he is going to take a sack and back us up to a 2nd and 18. So he's got to chunk it up, and look at that, man. He threw a pick himself. That's ugly, and the Lobos are set up in perfect field position to get a touchdown. There's a minute 21 left in the half. That's just enough time for them to score and drain the clock. Unfortunately for us, one play later, they had a shot, and he just barely didn't get his feet down. We are so lucky there. I thought that was a touchdown. So they go back and take another shot to the end zone. Luckily this time, James Hogue's there to knock it down. Bringing up third down and 10 for Dampier, who's in the pocket, feeling no pressure, and he just throws it away. Best case scenario here, we're going to hold him to 3. The kick is up, and he is going to drill it right down the middle. So now we are going to have a chance to answer. There isn't a whole lot of time, so I'm not sure if we'll be able to get in the end zone, but with a minute and a half, we might be able to tie it up. As Mooney's going to get our first completion of the day to Joe Basley. Finally, we get in the positive category here with 47 seconds left in the half. Mooney again getting another completion or not. That was a drop by Brian Perez. We expect more out of the senior tight end as it's 3rd and 1, and we are going to hit Joe Basley and get the first down right up around midfield at the 49-yard line. Mooney looking to pass. He has an open receiver. He's going to find J.J. Harold. Harold's at 10-5, and he has just enough speed to get in. Touchdown, Warhawks. We're going to have a lead heading into halftime, 21-17. What a change of events here by Reese Mooney. He's given our passing attack a little bit of life as the Lobos have a chance at a Hail Mary to end the half, and that's just going to go as a sack for Emmanuel Hawkins. Big play, but they decide on 4th and 15. Let's go ahead and try it again as Dampier's on the move. He's chucking it up. It's 2-on-2. This could end poorly. Travis Blades knocks it down, though. No points for the Lobos before halftime. It's been kind of ugly. If they're showing secondary stats, you know that things aren't going too well for the offenses today, as we're going to open it up with Lester Iverson on the ground. You're going to notice that it is Reese Mooney still manning the quarterback position, and I think that's the best way to go about it. We can hand the ball off and run with Iverson in this one and maybe get our passing attack going. I don't know if Mooney will start the rest of the season, But I think for today, we're going to need him out there, and maybe he can jumpstart us because we can't lose this one as it's 3rd and 9, and he is going to put it right on the money, and J.J. Harrell's going to get a first down, keeping this drive alive. Mooney again going underneath, and look at that. J.J. Harrell's come to life. 3 receptions here. Mooney's currently sitting at 5 of 7. He does have that ugly pick, but he has a touchdown as well. We'll take it. And honestly, he's added new life to our offenses. It's going to be 3rd and 10, and Mooney's going to be by himself in the backfield here. We're going to have him pass, and we're going to rely on his accuracy and timing as he goes out wide, and that's a beautiful pass to J.J. Harrell. Talk about a redemption story. Harrell's actually played pretty well this season. He's now our #1 receiver. He had tremendous development in the offseason, and I'm just thankful for how good he's become because he's stepped up and been a reliable threat. As Caleb Gross is going to get the first down, he's always been a reliable threat for us, but on the ground, it's Lester Iverson finding all sorts of space, getting us down to about the 2-yard line, so we go right back to him, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Warhawks. Iverson just lowers his shoulder and goes in. He's been really good today, and we got to be able to lean into him. I expected us to have a lot of success with him, but I also expected more out of our passing attack, so it's nice to have Reese Mooney out there manning the position because he's actually brought a little bit of consistency to this offense. Now let's see if our defense can keep up with the big stops. It's 3rd down and 6 here for Dampierre. He's feeling no pressure, which is a problem until Iosu comes through. Dampierre gets on the move, and what a tackle there. That's a big play by Cole Hicks. He stopped that drive single-handedly and gets the ball back to us as we're going to go to Iverson. He's bottled up, and it's already 3rd down and 8. So we put Mooney by himself and trust him to pass as he's under pressure. I mean, what are you going to do there? There was nothing at all that he could do. A guy was right in his face. At least he got the ball out and didn't take the sack. So let's see if our defense could keep holding the Lobos down as they go to Snodgrass, and he's going to convert and get a first down there. That's a nice run. He's been okay today. Not explosive, but he's been solid. And on that play, he shows me a little bit that I was wrong as he finds about 10 yards. That's a pretty explosive run for him as we're going to get through with Espinoso, but he couldn't make the tackle. And it ends up being a 4-yard gain for the Lobos as they find their top receiver once again. What are we doing, man? That's another big first down. New Mexico State's down inside of the red zone now. We got to do better as they go back to Snodgrass for a 4-yard gain. 2nd down, they're going to hand it off to their backup running back here, and that's actually a solid gain, getting them up to a 3rd and 2 as Dampierre gets on the move and checks it down. That's going to be a first down as the 3rd quarter is going to come to an end. The Lobos have a 1st and goal now. They're in great position to get this score a little bit closer. But if we can keep running the ball like we have all game, we'll be all right. Lester Iverson's been fantastic. So what can the Lobos do here? Well, it starts off with a sack by Austin Ackle. That's great for the UL-Monroe defense. That is something that we really do specialize in. However, Dampierre fires, and he gets a lot of them yards back. That makes 3rd and goal pretty manageable here. As Dampierre is by himself in the backfield, he's on the move, and we didn't cover the middle of the field, so that ended up being an easy touchdown. I don't really know what happened there. We were running man coverage, and nobody covered him, so I guess we got to look back and maybe get that cleaned up as they decide let's go for 2. And that's another easy conversion. Nobody's covering the middle of the field. Our defense can't allow that as it's going to be 28-25 and we take back over. We decide to put Kiki Nuakori out there to give him a couple carries and try to get this ground game spruced up because I do believe the quarterback run game helps a little bit as we go down the field, and that's Joe Basley wide open. He breaks the tackle at the 30, the 20, the 10, 5. Touchdown Warhawks. We got a 2-score advantage again. That's a huge play, and like I said, I don't think Noah Lugo's going to hit that. He just had his confidence completely shattered today as we take a 10-point lead here with 8.5 minutes left. That's going to be another easy first down, but he spins out of James Hope's tackle and hits the gas and goes all the way down to the 28-yard line. What a huge play by the junior Tommy Dorsey as Dampierre is feeling pressure. He breaks Samsola's tackle and is only going to pick up a yard, luckily. That could have been much worse as they go back to the ground game. Snodgrass is going to pick up probably about 8. Setting up 3rd and inches. Dampierre looks like he's going to set up a screen, and that's read perfectly. Trevis Blades didn't allow Dorsey to go anywhere. That forces the Lobos to settle for 3, and they do make it a 7-point ball game now. But I honestly think that's probably best case scenario after that big play. So we run the triple option with Reese Mooney, and that's a bad decision as he has an awful pitch, and we end up turning the ball back over to the Lobos in excellent field position. I know better. I should have had a different quarterback out there like Nuakori running that play, as that's going to be a solid gain, setting up 3rd and 2 for the Lobos. Snodgrass gets the carry. He's bottled up, and Carrera makes the tackle, bringing up 4th and 3. We can get a stop and not allow any points here, as Carrera is going to wrap up Snodgrass, and that is going to prevent us from giving up points after that turnover. That is so lucky. We got to be smart as there's just about 4.5 minutes left in this game as we find Basley on the bubble, and that's going to be a great play for the first down all the way out to the 43-yard line as we start using the ground game to try to control this clock a little bit here. We go to Lester Iverson. Not a whole lot positive happened there. It's kind of net zero, bringing up a third down and 10 with 3 minutes and 53 seconds left. We go down the field and look at that throw to Joe Basley. He was double covered, but neither defender could get to that ball. That was perfectly placed by Reese Mooney as he is going to go out to the flats, and what a throw. Joe Basley holds on. There is a flag. They're going to call roughing the passer. That helps us out tremendously. That should give us about 5 or so yards to score if I had to guess. And they do place the ball at the 6-yard line as that pass was swatted down, bringing up 2nd and goal. We go to the ground game. Lester Iverson makes a couple guys miss and picks up a few yards, but it's still 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. Mooney all day in the pocket, throws a nice pass. Joe Basley laid out and made that reception. UL-Monroe takes a 2-score lead with just over 2.5 minutes left. We feel really good about being able to close out this game now. Dampierre's on the move. He is going to find a lot of space on the ground, though, and get him all the way out to the 33-yard line. Again, looking to pass, feeling no pressure. He checks it down. We'll take that. That's really good for us as they're below the 2-minute warning now, or timeout, I guess is what it's supposed to be called. As Austin Ackle's going to get a sack, that pushes him back. So it brings up 4th down and 7 for the Lobos. Dampierre breaks a sack. Dampierre still looking to pass. He's running, just tuck and run, and he does, and he gets the first down. I don't know what took him so long to make that decision. They have 34 seconds left. Dampierre going to take a shot down the field, and look at that throw. It's beautifully placed, and that's going to be a touchdown. So it's a 7-point ball game, and it all comes down to this, and they could not get on top of that. That's going to end the game. The Lobos dropped this one to the Warhawks 42-35. After the way this game started, I was really concerned about the outcome of this game. It still shouldn't have been this close, and I'm still not happy with how he played. Joe Basley deserves a lot of credit. He got player of the game, but honestly, I think it should have went to Reese Mooney. He kind of saved us. Noah Lugo started off really awful in this game, and it really gives me pause about starting him going forward because I have been really worried about his completion percentage. He's been hovering right about 50%, and I feel like as we get into conference play, that's really going to hurt us. But the thing is, I brought him in because he can start for 2 years. He has athleticism. So I do think we're going to stick it out with the young guy and hope that maybe we can develop him and he'll end up playing a little bit better for us. We'll see. Like I said, he's going to be our starter, and if we have to, we'll make a decision to pull him. I just hope that I don't let it ruin our season as he's kind of been up and down. But at the end of the day, if we don't play him, he'll probably just transfer away again. I mean, that's why he was in the portal to begin with. So we do have to be smart and make sure that he's our starter if he is good enough to win us games. But I don't know. I'm really not sure what to do there. I'd be willing to take some feedback from you guys down below if you want to drop any. I've already recorded some episodes, so it may be a little bit before, I can implement any changes you guys bring up, but I'd love to hear it down below. Also, if you're still sticking around, I'd love it if you'd smash that subscribe button and follow along with this journey. We're on the road to 500 subscribers, and I do think that we have a pretty good community going. Things have slowed down lately, but some of that's on me. I've been trying a lot of new content, and also the college football content world is pretty saturated right now, so it's hard to stick out, and I could really use the support from you guys to help me stick out. As Austin Ackle wins the Sun Belt Defensive Player of the Week, Joe Basley wins Sun Belt Offensive Player of the Week. He was fantastic. They were both fantastic. And you can also see we'd gotten a commitment from Nick Lolito, a left outside linebacker. He has 83 pursuit, 69 play rec, 81 speed, 81 tackle. I'm really excited to get that in here. 81 strength, 82 acceleration, 71 block shedding could use some work, and he isn't the greatest coverage guy, but I'm excited to get him in here. He's our first commit in the class. We need to improve this team, and I think a player like that will be able to help us out. Other than that, not a whole lot's changed, really. We moved points around, and we did get locked out by punter Manny Miles, but we're in first place. We're the only offer, so I'm going to leave the points on him for now. If you guys are still here, I want to thank you for watching. Next week, we take on App State. It's a pretty even matchup, so it's going to be a tough one. They're sitting at 0-3, but I expect that to be a pretty tough game. I'm LDJ11. I want to thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one. I'm out.